When my son was in traditional education classrooms, which most of the time for visual learners, oftentimes he wasn't interested. It wasn't that he didn't care or that he didn't know how. It wasn't that. It was that he just wasn't interested. So it takes a teacher that understands that to make sure that they're providing for those kinds of kids that appear not to understand or appear not to know how, when it's really they're just not interested. You've got to find ways to spice it up. And that's when the little girl who is now a grown up mom that I met this morning, haven't seen her since she was 5, she reminded me of all that, because if I hadn't had those projects, she probably would have been a student that would have been left out in the cold completely, because she would be labeled as one that doesn't understand, is confused, behind, failing, not doing well, when it was really just that she wasn't interested. So you've got to find ways to make projects. And so we do a lot of project education at Telesis, and a lot of ways to make the teaching of long division interesting. Long division is oftentimes a challenge for the third, fourth grader that's working on it. And if you can find ways to make it make sense and to do long division with a cooking recipe, for example, or long division with a building project of some sort, that you're building something and work in where you've got to do that part of the math in order to make this birdhouse that we're making today. So when there's projects to go along with it, then suddenly interest is rises to the top, and it becomes an interesting thing to do. Oh yeah, we got to figure this out. We got to divide this so we know how long to cut the boards for the sides of the birdhouse. So then it's a practical reason, and it makes learning so much better than just opening a book. Page 56 is where they teach long division, so let's read page 56 together. That's one way, and a visual learner can usually catch it, but it's not the best way. And I know if there's teachers in my audience, I know you know what I'm talking about. But for parents that don't understand it, it makes so much sense when you see it, when a child is motivated because it's an engaging, the projects are engaging, and the learning takes place automatically, because you got to figure this out in order to make this project go together to happen.